This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, it's the fastest growing resort property in the country. And today, officials travel to Grand Bahama to launch a recruitment drive. Resorts World over in Bimini are in search of additional employees for its development as it continues to unfold. Megan Shepard has our top story.
The developers of Resorts World Bimini on Grand Bahama Monday morning for the launch of a two-day job fair at the Department of Labor. Team leader Guido Roll says the goal is to hire skilled and qualified workers to assist with the progression of the development.
And we're here on Grand Bahama specifically because it is our commitment to be in conjunction with the Bahamas government to hire qualified and skilled Bahamians. We cannot stress it much more than ever that we want skilled and qualified Bahamians because the unemployment rate in the Bahamas is extremely high, and it is our commitment to the government of the Bahamas to make sure that we have skilled and qualified Bahamians to fulfill the jobs that we have available here.
Roll says it is crucial to fill these positions as quickly as possible because the development is actually 9 months behind schedule. A new date has not been set as yet, but Roll adds that they are working with the government to provide much-needed employment to Bahamians.
Because we have a project and we have a project completion date, as we are, you may not be aware that we are literally 9 months behind schedule with our RW hotel, and that's the reason why we're here, trying to ascertain some individuals that will help us progress and meet our deadline. Because we look at it, if the hotel is not on schedule, then we have more Bahamians that are not going to be employed. So we're trying to employ as many persons that are skilled and qualified as possible so that we be able to meet our deadline and as well as get more Bahamians employed at our RW hotel.
Roll says while visiting other islands, the team realized a lot of persons were not interested in moving to the island of Bimini. He says while on Grand Bahama, they hope to find persons willing to make the move and fill various positions. It's
about at least 20 positions that ranges from rough carpenters to even subcontracted work, to masons, to electricians, high voltage, low voltage. We have AC technicians, security. Actually in security, we're looking for reserved former police officers that possibly we can employ on our team to make sure, because as the project develops, we also need a safe environment as well. So that is why it is our goal to hire. We have a great range of job opportunities available to Bahamians that really want to work.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce to honor business leaders who continue to contribute to the growth of the Grand Bahama economy. And there are several nominees in the race for various awards. In the category of Business Person of the Year, there are 4 nominees: Lee Termath, publisher of Bahamas Buy and Sell; Larry Albury of Freeport Jet Wash; Carl Rodkirch of the Grand Bahama Shipyard; and Peter Taylor, owner of Express Food Mart. Now, there are 4 candidates who were nominated for the Developing Entrepreneur Award: Billy Bowen, President and CEO of Benchmark Consulting Service; Raybano Ferguson, President of Fast Track Management; Brittany Baldwin, owner of Sweet Affairs; and Tim and Rebecca Tibbetts, owner of the Flying Fish Restaurant. The Grand Bahama Shipyard and Sanitation Services will compete for the Big Company of the Year award. Save More Drugs and Town and Country have been nominated for the Small Company of the Year award. The candidates for the Philanthropic Business Person Award are Tip Burrows of the Grand Bahama Humane Society and Karen Clark. Now, the nominees for the Lifetime Achievement Awards are educator Anita Doherty and operator of Tino by the Sea Restaurant, Peter Cole. The Business Excellence Award will be held at the Regency Theater on October 25th at 7:30 p.m. In other news, the water problem at the Freetown preschool has been resolved. The school was forced to close last week because the water pump had malfunctioned and there was no water going to the preschool. Now, education superintendent that is for that area, Dorothy Kemp, telling ZNS News this morning that the pump was repaired over the weekend and classes have since resumed.
I'm happy to report this morning that that water pump was installed very early on Saturday morning, and we were able to now open school so that our 3- and 4-year-olds are able to attend to school this morning.
Kemp says the ministry received a written report last Thursday and the department acted on the issue immediately. She says the ministry is thankful for the patience and support of the parents.
We were able to follow our protocols in referring the matter to the Ministry of Education, and we have gotten our approval to install the new pump. It took about 2 days, but we are very grateful for Bullets Plumbing, who comes to almost all of the school's aid, and he would have installed the pump very, very early on Saturday morning. You know, at that age, the bathroom is of utmost importance, and so it was unfortunate that we had to dismiss school for a few days, but we couldn't bring those children in, knowing how frequently they need to use the restrooms.
In news from the Crime Beat, police investigating 3 armed robberies that occurred over the weekend. Police tell us that around 5 p.m. Friday, they received information that 2 males were held up and robbed at knife point by a group of males known to them while walking on East Sunrise Highway. The suspects made off with 2 cell phones, cash, and jewelry. CDU officers responded and later arrested the suspects in the matter and recovered the 2 cell phones. Now, early Sunday morning, a man was robbed of cash while walking in the area of the Independence Park. Police are still searching for the 2 assailants in that case. Police say they are also searching for a gunman who held up and robbed a female of cash and a cell phone. The woman was walking along Santa Maria Drive in South Bahama around 9 p.m. on Saturday when she was reportedly robbed by a gunman who held her at bay and robbed her of cash and a cell phone and fled the area. The gunman is described as being 5 feet 9 inches tall in height, fair complexion, medium built. He was clad in a dark blue hoodie jacket and a blue jeans pants. If you can assist police in locating the suspects involved in these matters, you are asked to contact 911, 919, or the nearest police station. 34-year-old Jeffrey Baldwin Francis on Porgy Bay, Bimini was arraigned before the court today on robbery with violence. He appeared before Deputy Chief Magistrate Helen Jones and was not required to enter a plea. He was remanded to prison and a preliminary inquiry has been set for January 27th of next year. Now, Francis, a fisherman by profession, is accused of robbing a visitor to a resort on Bimini a few days ago. Switching gears now, the Grand Bahama community giving its full support this Saturday night to the fight against cancer. The 4th annual Cancer Society Ball was a major fundraiser to assist in providing additional resources for those afflicted with the disease. As you will hear in this report, the night of elegance was filled with tears, laughter, and lots of dancing. The extravagant evening attracted a cross-sector of persons from the Grand Bahama community as well as other islands throughout the Bahamas. They gathered at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom for the annual Cancer Society Ball. With the high rate of cancer on the island, many say they have been affected in some way or the other, and this was their way to show support to those who have fallen due to cancer and to those who are still battling the disease.
My mother and father died from cancer, so I was touched by it also. That's the sad thing.
Yes, I had friends that died from cancer. I had a cousin that died from breast cancer. So it's personal, but I appreciate that as women we need to be particularly careful about having those examinations done.
Things that all see themselves as a corporate citizen, and I think we've had several employees that have been victim, and we just feel that it is the right thing to do.
Because we have had employees, some of our employees' relatives, so it is personal. Yeah.
It's always a good thing when people can rally together and support an organization like this.
But with all of the problems that we have in the country, the concerns about cancer and stuff, I think it's good to be out here to support such a worthwhile event.
You know, cancer is a major illness among the Bahamas and among the Bahamian people, and you know, there's no family or there's no part of society that's not been touched by it. So
the night was dedicated to cancer survivors on Grand Bahama. 14 persons were selected to be honored and were presented with a self-portrait painted by various artists on the island. Those portraits were presented to the honorees, and while some honorees were too ill to attend, their families did, and they stood in the gap. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, gave these words of encouragement.
You all know that the power of God and the human spirit is stronger than anything that can happen to the human body. For this reason, I encourage you all to continue to fight. Gain strength through the journey. Be of good courage. And as you continue to share your experience with others, you must remember that your ultimate strength comes from God.
It was also a touching night for those who lost loved ones due to cancer. Tears were shed and candles were lit in commemoration of their fight. Coordinator Pam Ferguson says the night could not be successful without the help of all.
And we're so pleased. It does my heart great to see the amount of community persons who come out and supporting us. And we say thank you on behalf of the Cancer Society and the Hope Ball. And to you guys who get the news out, we say thank you.
The night ended with performances by the Grand Bahama Youth Choir, fine dining, lots of gifts and surprises, music from the Uppercut Band, and then the dance floor was open with music from the one and only Police Pop Band. Stay with us, the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition continues right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. As the public debate continues on the pending referendum on gender equality, a noted attorney is tackling the immigration-related issues embodied in the referendum. Joan Davis-Roll has that story.
That's significant.
Local attorney Conson McDonald says when it comes to gender equality and immigration issues, namely Bahamian women marrying foreign men, there must be a level playing field, and the law must not favor one gender over the other.
Sad, especially when you're talking about the husbands of Bahamian women, because if you have a woman in this country who's contributing, she should not have to go anyplace else because her husband cannot find a job. And you see, the other thing is, Bahamian men bringing all kind of foreign women as their wives. So where are these wives, where are these women going to find any husbands from? Okay? So therefore, do not disadvantage women by saying that you go where your husband is. Who are we? We're not chattels anymore. We are contributing, responsible members of this society.
Then there are the child-related concerns. McDonald has firm views on this issue.
When a Bahamian woman brings up children, those children are Bahamians, no matter who the daddy is, because she brings them up as Bahamian children. I can't talk about what other women can bring up their children as, but I know the children we bring up, they're Bahamians. Okay?
And that's significant.
That's significant because our children should not be disadvantaged no matter where they are born. They are Bahamians.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, a second school hit by vandals within the last month. You may remember that vandals entered the Grand Bahama Academy last month, and that school had to be closed for several days due to smoke and damage to some of the rooms. The Alpha Omega Christian School is the latest school to be attacked by vandals. Last week, Friday, the school located off Adventurers Way was robbed, and several fires were set on the premises, including in the school's office, a classroom, and the tuck shop. Principal Clarice Taylor says she can only be grateful that students were still able to attend school on Friday.
When I walked in here on Monday morning, I saw every one of my students was present. I was celebrating. When I walked in, we were still in assembly. I lifted my hands and they began to cheer. Yeah, Miss Taylor? I say, that's what it's all about.
11th grader Trevania Watson and head boy Devin Romer Jr. shared with ZNS their initial reactions upon entering the school Friday morning.
When I came to school Friday, I felt real bad for what they did to the school because right now this is the only school I could attend because of my condition and I cannot climb stairs. So I've been here from grade 7 and it's been a real big help to me. If I did not come to here, I would have been home.
I really wasn't too surprised, but pretty angry because knowing that I'm in grade 12, I need my own space to do coursework in BGCSE. So cramming more students inside of one room due to the smoke and everything was kind of bad feeling for me because it just shows disrespect. And as hard as my principal and Mr. Taylor, as hard as they work, it's not very nice thing to do.
Administration and staff members are calling upon the alumni to assist with any funds or physical labor to help repair and rebuild the school where necessary. Well, last Friday was Pink Friday at the Hugh Campbell Primary School, and the students, teachers, and staff were all thinking and wearing pink for a worthy cause. The school was able to raise some $500, and the money was presented to the Grand Bahama Cancer Association to help defray the cost of its operations here on Grand Bahama.
It means a lot, you know, because we are always there for the public, especially those people who are suffering with cancer. Sometimes they come with tears in their eyes and a heavy heart. They need a ticket to go to Nassau to get their chemo. We help them, medication, we help them with. So every penny that we collect goes right back into the community.
Now, Headley also took the time to educate students about cancer and in particular breast cancer. Principal Francina Cambridge says it is a lesson that we all should pay attention to.
We want our students to be able to participate in community activities. We want our students to be able to understand what's going on in the community in terms of cancer, a very serious problem in our country. And we want our students to be aware because they have families, they have mothers, fathers, sisters, aunts who are affected by the disease. In fact, a little girl came to me this morning and said, my mom's sister just found out she had cancer. So that's very, very important for our students to be aware of what's going on with our children.
Stay with us. Ricardo Lightborn has a check on sports when we come back.
Hey everybody, it's Sports 7. I'm Ricardo Lightborn. Tonight this one goes out to Immigration and Forces manager, that is Bernard Pratt, who is celebrating Mrs. Pratt. Congratulations for staying with him that long. Also Pedro Ballou and Lorna Cooper. They are all celebrating today. Well, let me tell you folks, the Ministry of Tourism launched its Steal Away Grand Bahama Sweepstakes in Pittsburgh, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, the Steelers are hosting the Texans tonight. We want you to meet the Mitters who came here to Grand Bahama, and one went to Pittsburgh today. Meet the Ministry of Tourism Steal Away Grand Bahama Sweepstakes winners Dan and Carol Bergeron. The cross-promotion with the Pittsburgh Tourism Board gave the Steelers fan a 4-night stay on Grand Bahama, and the Bahamian Nikki Sever was also given a chance to attend the game tonight in Pittsburgh. Here's his winning poem.
If I could magically steal away from fall weather's grip of gray to golden sands where palm trees sway, daiquiris on the beach each day, I would truly yell, hooray! And bam, I am the winner.
I did a 3-minute YouTube video, and if you go on there, you will see it. All you have to do is type in travel media host, and you will see it. I did a small little video presentation on why it is that I want to go over there. And basically what I talked about was the fact that we have so many dolphin fans in Freeport because we're so close to Florida, and it's time for that to change. Basically.
We are so grateful to be here and thankful, and what a wonderful group of people that we've met so far along our way. Everything's just been absolutely perfect.
23-21 Steelers. Of course, any prediction will be good, but I got a different jersey for every day. You're never going to know whose number I am. You have to wait till tomorrow to see what number I am.
Well, Nikki left today for the Steelers game tonight, and she'll be in the 40-yard line. Kickoff is 8:45. You'll see her. She'll be right there in the stadium. Domino's Pizza, Coca-Cola, Powerade, Senior Boys Basketball Classic will start tomorrow, folks, over there at the Jack Hayward Gym. And in the pools, Tabernacle Baptist Academy in Pool A. Also, you've got St. George's Jaguars, the Jack Hayward Wildcats, and the Sunlight Baptist Academy Stingers. In Pool B will be Mary Star of the Sea Academy Crusaders, Grand Bahama Academy Flames, Egg Rock Blue Jays. St. Paul Saints are going to be there as well. They'll start tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Should be a good one. Also, primary school basketball is the Goon Keith Mullings League. Mary Star Boys defeating Grand Bahama Academy 12-2. BMAS Warriors over Walter Parker 14-10. Freeport Primary down Maurice Moore 4-2. Freeport Gospel big over Holmes Rock 17-4. Hugh Campbell scoring Bartlett Hill 14-3. Lewis Yard. What a good one as well. And Tabernacle over Martintown 11-10. Not bad. And Kurt Cooper says, that's it for me. I need to get off this set and bring up weather. So I'm going.